Okay, we are on the last row that of our crown, and so we've done all of the bands. We've got a single crochet right up here, and now we're going to do the points. So that's where it says here round 5. We're going to chain 1, single crochet in the first stitch, and then skip the next 2 stitches and then do a shell stitch, which we saw earlier was 2 double, 2 treble, and then a picot, which is the little thing at the top, and then 2 treble again and 2 double. Okay, and we do that all the way around. Skip 2 again, and then single crochet to kind of anchor it on both sides there. Okay, now let's see, we want to get the picot. So we look at our special stitches. Okay, the picot is a crochet chain 3, slip stitch to the previous treble. So it just makes a little tiny loop right at the top there. So we'll show that when we get to that. And then of course on here, the shell stitch, 2 double, 2 treble, picot, 2 treble, 2 double. So we go up and then we go back down. Okay, so let's take a look at what that looks like. So the first thing was we do a chain or single chain, and then we do a single crochet in the first stitch. Okay, that one's a little tight, but that's okay. All right, then we're going to skip 2. So this is our next stitch right here. Okay, so the start of the shell stitch is a double crochet. Now I don't think I've taught you a double crochet yet. So a double crochet, very similar. You know, you've got your single, you've got your half double, and then you've got your double, and then you've got your treble. So if you think about the single crochet, you go through 2 loops once. Double crochet, you're going to go through 2 loops twice. So very similar to the half double crochet, you're going to yarn over before you go into the stitch. Okay. Go into the stitch, yarn over and pull the loop up, and now you have 3 loops. Okay. Now if this were half double, we would yarn over and pull through all 3. This is a double, so we have 2 loops twice. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is your double. See how much longer that is? Okay, so we're going to do it again. Yarn over, go through the same stitch. We're going to do this, I think, 2, 4, 6, 8 times through the same stitch. Okay, pull through, we've got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've got 2 double crochets. Now the next 2 are treble. So if a double crochet is 2 loops 2 times, then the treble is 2 loops 3 times. So we start by not just 1 yarn over, we're going to do 2 yarn overs. All right, this can make it a little bit challenging when we're pulling it through, but we'll do it. Okay, go through the stitch, pull up a loop. So now we've got 4. Before on the last one we had 3. Now we've got 4, so we're going to yarn over, pull through 2. Now we've got 3. Yarn over, pull through 2. Okay. One's a little tight. Yarn over, pull through 2. See how much taller the stitch is, and you're kind of crawling up. You can start to see the point. Okay, so 1 more treble. Yarn over twice, through the stitch, pull up a loop. We've got 4. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. So the way to tell your single, double, and treble is how many times you pull a loop through 2 stitches. Okay. All right. Now we do the picot, which was chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to basically go through the same stitch. So for here, just kind of go through whatever hole you can find right there. Okay, and then slip stitch that. See how it kind of makes that little round point up there? Okay. All right, so now we're going to do 2 treble again. Same stitch here, okay? Yarn over twice, through the same stitch, pull up a loop, we got 4. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and one more time. Yarn over twice, through the loop, through the stitch, pull up a loop, 4. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So those are our 2 trebles, okay? So you can see there's 2, there's 2. Now we need the shorter stitch to go on the way down. Double crochet, yarn over once, go through the stitch and pull up a loop. Got 3, yarn over 2, yarn over 2. Okay, so you can see we're making that slope down. One more, yarn over, go through the stitch, pull up a loop. Got 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now you can see we've got our point, but this is kind of flapping, okay? It's loose. So what we do then is we skip 2 and then just do a single crochet. Okay? So that anchors it on both sides. And now you've got your point. Okay? So let's do another one. We're going to skip 2. 1, 2. There's our next stitch. All right, so start with 2 double crochet. Yarn over, go through the stitch, pull up a loop, go through twice. Okay, same thing, yarn over, go through the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Double crochet. Next 2 are treble. Yarn over twice. Okay. Go through and pull up a loop, 4 loops on the hook. Okay. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Okay. One more time. Yarn over twice. Oops. Okay. Go through, pull up a loop. Now notice that I'm not stopping here. I'm pulling it up. That's what's going to make my stitches taller and not so tight. It's going to make it looser. It's easy to go down this way, but you're going to end up with kind of a tight pulled stitch. So make sure you kind of pull it up so that you're even. Yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to hang on here because these 2 are the ones that are difficult to pull through because that's your yarn over 2. So I'm going to hold on to that, yarn over, pull through 2, makes it a little bit easier. Yarn over, pull through 2. Okay. Picot, that's again that little point at the top there. Okay. That was a 3 chain, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to anchor that right back in the middle of the stitch. So just put your hook right through the middle of the stitch. Okay, as long as it's, try that again, kind of getting through the middle. Wherever you think that stitch is, there's a couple of places that you could put it through, but make sure it's just kind of firmly right in the middle. Yarn over and pull it through. And we're doing a slip stitch on that one. So just pull it through that second loop. You got your little dot there. 2 more trebles. Yarn over twice. Find the same stitch. There it is. Pull through, pull the loop up, yarn over 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay. One more. 2 double, 2 treble, 1 treble, yarn over twice, through the stitch, pull up a loop, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, next 2 are double. Yarn over once, pull it through, 1, 2. Right, one more, yarn over, go through the stitch, pull up a loop, okay, yarn over 1, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, okay. got our point. It needs to be anchored, so we're going to skip the next two. In the third stitch, we're going to single crochet. Okay, see how that looks? So we've got 2 points. This is why you need a multiple of 6, by the way. Okay, multiple of 6 because you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then another 6. So it takes 6 wide to make one of these points. All right, so otherwise you're going to end up with a different amount. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep doing this across. Okay, so coming back to here after you finish a point, just want to make sure that we count this right. So when we skip 2 stitches, I kind of went here, but you got to make sure you remember this stitch. So this is the stitch that's taken up. This is still a stitch, so that's 1, 2. So we actually want to do this one. So make sure you're counting very carefully. Okay. Otherwise, you end up getting to the end and you're missing stitches. So again, that's why that 6 stitches is really important. You don't want to keep kind of crawling one out. Okay. Okay. Doing pretty good here. See all my my crown points? So I have just enough room for probably 2 more left. So I'm going to quickly go through those 2. Again, just to kind of show you what it looks like when you're going a little bit faster. Something to aspire to. Okay, can't skip 2 there. My last one was a single crochet. So I'm going to go in with a double. 2 doubles. Okay, 2 trebles. Hold on to that a little bit. Sometimes those are a little bit tougher to get through. 1 more treble. Okay, and the picot. Don't forget the picot. Get your nice little crown point. Okay, so into the last stitch. And it's a slip. Okay, now the way back down, 2 more trebles. And 2 more doubles. Make sure again that you're getting into the right stitch. It's easy, see there's a little gap there. It's easy to get into that one, but it's this one with all of these stitches in it. So always make sure you're getting in the right stitch. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Now we need to anchor it, so there's 1, 2, there's our anchor stitch. Okay, room for 1 more point. Okay, so 1, 2, here it is right in the middle there. Okay, so it's a double crochet. Another one. Okay, treble. Treble again. Picot. 3, and then a slip stitch. Okay. And then treble all the way back down. Now you'll notice at this point I start using kind of my middle finger and my index finger to kind of control this and get it out of the way, because there's a lot of kind of fabric there, right? 2, 4, 5, 1 more treble. So I kind of hold this while I'm looping it just to make sure that I'm in control of what I'm working on. Helps you see a little bit too. Oh, I've got 3 by accident, so we'll put that back on the stitch. Here we go. Third one. 2, 4, 6. Now I've got my 2 doubles. Get a little more yarn there. Okay. Double. 1 more double. All right, and to finish the instructions say to do a slip stitch to the first one. And remember, that's because we already have an anchor stitch here. So there's 1, 2, and here's our anchor. So I'm just going to do a slip stitch to end it. So poke it through, grab up a loop, and just pull it through. No more yarn over there. All right? And that is the end of the crown. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clip this, and then I'm just going to tie it off and sew the ends in. So to clip it, all right, so I'm going to leave a longish tail. Okay, and I'm going to cut the yarn. Okay, there we go. And then to tie it off, I'm going to make a bigger loop with my hook. Then I'm going to open up that hook, or that loop. It's a little twisty on this yarn. Okay, so you can see that's where the yarn goes. I'm going to pull this yarn through the loop and just pull. That actually creates a knot at the same time, so that ends it. All right, but now I've got this big tail. So what do? I'm going to take a needle, yarn needle. I can use a tapestry needle. This one's a little bit bigger than I like. I think my favorite one is probably upstairs. That's why. Because it messes it up like that. All right, let's see if we can do this. There we go. You can thread it. You'd think it was easy, would be easier to thread it. Now there's a couple of things I could do. I could weave this up the point. I'm going to kind of weave it into the inside and just kind of go down through. You can see the wrong side doesn't have that pretty pattern. So I'm just going to weave it into the back side of these stitches. And you just go about 6 or 7 stitches. Enough to make it so that, you know, it's not likely to just easily pull out and be easily found. So I just kind of try and find the backs of these stitches. You'll notice that when I do this, I'm not going so far that I can actually see the needle on the front side. Okay. The reason I like to use a smaller needle is this is kind of getting stuck when I'm pulling it through. Okay. So yeah, we'll go down here a little bit too. All right, that should be enough. Okay. Just kind of make sure that we straighten it out. And we're going to cut this flush with that. Make sure you don't cut the other stitches. Let me pull it out a little bit. There you go, it should disappear. You want to do the same thing with this, with the end. That's why they wanted you to leave a little bit longer. I don't know how I ended up with mine a little bit shorter. When it's really short, what I'll do sometimes is I'll start a weave just through some of the stitches, just put the needle through. Okay, there you go, that should be okay. Then as I get close, then I can thread the needle. This one's a little bit trickier to thread for some reason. You'd think it'd be easier. Okay, so that way you got the needle already in there, and then you just pull it through. Okay, make sure you kind of tug at it to make sure that you stretch it enough, and then you cut it flush, making sure you're not cutting any of the other stitches. And that is our crown. Isn't it adorable? This one's probably an infant size. I've got a smaller hook and some smaller yarn, but that's a really cute one, and it's going to be stretchy, so it'll fit a little bit bigger head. Okay. Congratulations, you finished your first crown.